extra large Brooklyn style one topping pizza for $11.99 each. Extra large. No limit. No limit. We can use that coupon as much as we want.
Damn.
That's a pretty good deal.
Your deal.
2 large one topping pizzas for $18.99.
Wow.
This is literally what everybody thinks we talk about in the BoyFlop.
This is what we're talking about.
Everybody's right.
Yeah.
All we talk about are pizza deals.
Any large American Legends or Feast pizza.
That's what I am.
For $13.99 each. No. Hello and welcome to Jules Plays with his
playing
new
with his
phone.
stupid fucking toy.
Hello guys, that's BoyFlop. Oh wow, look at my little trinket.
I like new toys.
Look at my little
devices. You guys can't make
Look at
fun
my
of
little
me.
gypsy trinket that I picked off of a fucking gypsy cart for $5. Guys, I think it's cursed.
You're probably really excited about it.
I'm making a point. I'm making a point.
You're making me upset.
You're making a pizza. Hey guys, look at my tweet. We made a sweet little toy.
Welcome to BoyFlop, episode 16.
Here's what happened.
John, shut up.
Here's what happened. I get a message from Family Jules, and he says, "Shut up, guys! I'm playing with my new toy."
I was.
And then he comes down here and he says, "Oh, so that's how you make it vibrate."
Yeah.
No, you're heading for a lead night.
After your tweet
And Rich
about
said I wanted to be a girl.
after you said the tweet about me, like what was it? Like you said,
What?
Like you're making
No,
making my
I was
life
like
hard.
calling you fat or something, and you're like, Rich, or no, no. It was I said you're just like I was just like you're making my fucking life harder, Jules, and you're like you're making my night hard, and then we're both just like, wait a minute.
Wasn't untrue. Welcome to BoyFlop,
Yeah.
episode 16. I'm Family Jules 7X,
Hello, my name is Jonathan Young.
And I'm currently not hard.
and YouTube sucks.
It's really bad.
So I don't know if that's.
I think
what
we all
wanna
have
talk
individual
about.
complaints about.
That I was
that.
thinking about.
Are
that,
we
like,
gonna get into that right now? Because that will
seems-
be most of the episode.
Oh no, that
if we
seems
get into
appropriate. That seems completely
It does
appropriate.
seem
I feel
appropriate.
like I don't know. We're starting this episode on such a good mood, and we're just gonna just shatter it right
Oh, yeah.
now.
Oh no, I will stay in a
we're all
very
just-
good mood if we talk about fucking trashing YouTube.
Yeah, that's true. I just feel like, like seeing as we all do music and stuff, like it's hard for a music channel to really like. I mean, John, you kind of make talking videos like about stuff that
Occasionally,
occasionally
I feel comfortable talking in front of a camera.
right. Whereas I don't, and I don't think you do, Rich.
No, I'm fine.
I mean, when it comes to like controversial shit, usually I'm kind of among just like I don't want to stir up the bullshit. I'm just.
Oh well,
gonna,
I thought. I mean, if you're talking about like drama and shit,
Yeah.
then I just stay away from it.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I have recorded 3. No, I made 1 video and I recorded 2 full voiceovers to redo the same video, and I still haven't really. I've made 3 separate attempts at making a video to talk about all of the drama shit.
Yeah.
But I haven't posted it because literally. YouTube is so fucked up that I am afraid that this company will sue me if they happen to see my video talking shit about them.
I think what's interesting about
That's how
this
fucked up it is.
all 3 of us are really upset about like a completely different aspect. We're all upset about all the aspects, but
Yeah.
individually, like
Well,
I
that's
feel like-
because different aspects have hit each of us in different ways.
yeah, mine hasn't really hit me, but it's hit the people that like are in the community that I feel like I helped kind of create. So,
Sure.
But let's start with you, John. Like what happened in the past
here we
week?
go.
Here we go.
Here
Like
we
right
go.
after the last BoyFlop
Okay,
episode.
I've practiced this rant 3
Cool.
times.
Cool. Here we go.
All right. So, as some of you probably know,
Oh my god.
I made a cover of the opening song to the anime Japanese TV show One Punch Man.
Nerd.
That was a new voice. That was like a new Jonathan Young voice right there. I liked it.
So
Excited.
that cover video did so well that I made another one, and by popular request, and the company. Wait, first of all, I legally licensed the cover for sales on iTunes and Google Play and Amazon MP3
through Louder,
through Louder.fm, which is a wonderful company.
a good company, and they do it right. It's
It's
not
legal.
Yeah.
So it is legal for me to cover the song and sell my cover of the song, right? So In making it legal, I am paying royalties to a company called Lantis, which is a Japanese company, which is the publishing company for the band Jam Project, which wrote and recorded the original song, which I covered. Lantis Company then used a robot, we think they used a robot. Lantis Company probably used a robot to take down several covers of this song, including my own, and including a good friend of ours, Suko G's cover.
Who will hopefully be on BoyFlop this summer.
Who will hopefully be on BoyFlop and in this house for extended periods of time this summer. Anyway, so
among other boys.
I cover this song. This company takes down all of these videos, including mine, using a robot that searches for certain keywords. And my video contained those keywords. This company took down my video, gave me a copyright strike on YouTube, which for those of you that don't know is like a little YouTube timeout.
Yeah.
So I'm not able
It's a
to.
strike.
It's fucking stupid.
It's also 3 strikes and you're out.
Yeah. It's 3 strikes.
So I am unable to use annotations with links on them until my strike is removed. I am unable to use video cards, which are like annotations, links on mobile, which basically means that it is much more difficult for me to actually do my fucking job and make YouTube money.
Yep.
But here's the kicker. So I was paying hundreds and possibly thousands of dollars in royalties because in sales of this song on iTunes. Now, technically, the sales of this song on iTunes and the license that I got to do that didn't have anything to do with the video because U.S. copyright law is outdated and it's a separate license for a cover of a song versus a cover of a song that just has an accompanying music video. But so I was legally profiting off of this song and legally paying thousands of dollars of royalties to the same company that took down my video. And the same company that could have made even more money off of my video if they had used YouTube's system in a more constructive way and put ads on my video that they would profit from. So the funny thing about all of this is that not only am I a fucking billboard for this company,
and the fact that you're putting money in their pockets.
I'm putting money in their pocket.
They're not doing anything to make that money.
If they had actually watched my video, they could have put ads on the video and I could have put even more money in their pocket.
Yeah.
I'm a billboard that has literally exposed this song and the TV show that this song makes even more money off of. I exposed that to literally millions of people. Or hundreds of thousands of people who watched it several times, excuse me. Which isn't just a billboard exposing new people, it's also a hype train getting people more excited about the song.
Yeah, I mean, the real quick, the way I heard about this particular anime was through a friend of ours cover of that song.
Whose videos was also taken down.
I got interested in it. And then I told you
got
to watch
interested
it.
in it.
And I was
so Suko's cover of this song got Rich into it, which got me into it, which made me do a cover of the song, which put thousands of dollars into the pocket of this company.
And they took them both down.
And they took both of them down.
Yeah.
So this company is not... Okay, so anyway, I'm going to try and make these thoughts more concise because I'm going to ramble. So because I'm making so much money off of their cover... And because I changed lots of things about my cover, including the arrangement, including translating the lyrics from Japanese to English, and then changing the English lyrics after translating them.
For people who don't understand, you've pretty much, like, the lyrics that you made are not what is in the original song.
Correct.
Which makes it transformative, and which is foreshadowing, I think you can get into that.
Yep, exactly. Not only... So you could say that my cover was transformative because of the changes that I made, and... Lest we forget, I didn't use any of their recording at all in my cover.
It was all done from scratch.
Yeah, it was all done from scratch. And since I was not hindering the company's ability to profit from their original work...
Opposite.
That's a quote. That's a quote from YouTube.com. Since I was not since I was not hindering their profit, in fact, I was helping their profit. This heavily fulfills two of the categories of a United States law called fair use, which protects people like me, or it's supposed to protect people like me, from being attacked by companies like this. So if you make a review of a movie and you put it on YouTube and you use a clip from the movie, you are transforming the work and adding something to it and making it your own, in this case a movie review, or playing a video game and talking about the video game, or making a parody of a song and making fun of the song. Those are all protected by fair use because you aren't just stealing somebody's work, you are instead making a new original work out of their original work. That's protected by the law. Yeah. So not only should I have been protected by fair use, so they should not have even been able to take down my video, but also, so it's borderline illegal for them to take down my video. If it's not illegal, it should be, but copyright laws are behind, outdated.
And there's the fact that this is a Japanese company.
Yeah, well, also the fact that YouTube doesn't really penalize anyone for issuing false takedowns.
And YouTube is scared of the outdated copyright laws because they don't want to be liable for billions of dollars if one of these companies decides that they want to get really mad.
So how do they deal with copyright?
Well, first of all, I just wanted to mention that not only should I have been protected by fair use, but this company is so fucking short-sighted to A, not watch my video, but use a robot instead to take it down.
A robot.
But B, they are making less money now that those videos are gone than they were when the videos are up.
They probably don't realize it.
No,
it's probably a bot.
No, so they think this is what this company is thinking.
Like a re-upload.
Yeah, they are thinking, oh, this fucking Jonathan Young guy is stealing our profit.
Right.
So we're going to fucking shove a dildo up his ass because YouTube won't penalize us for doing so.
Or maybe just straight up they're stupid and they think that what you uploaded was just the original song or something.
Whatever.
Again, something that the problem here is that it was probably a bot because they all happened at like the same time.
And didn't target Nate Wants to Battle's video because he is YouTube managed, which means that they would have gotten into slightly more trouble for doing so.
Allegedly,
that's what Nate's former network manager fucking thought that was going on. Right. Anyway, so the point is everybody loses in this situation. Yeah. The company loses money because they took down my video. I lose views, profit, momentum because they took down my video. I now have to spend
out because of the bullshit.
I have to spend possibly weeks dealing with this shithole of a problem that I could be spending making more videos, and I've already been sick for a month, not able to sing, so it's just like...
It's frustrating.
It's really, really frustrating, but like, the worst part about all of this, which we'll probably piggyback into in a moment, is that the only reason that I am able to deal with this problem is because I have a moderate number of subscribers, and because... Suko is submitting a counterclaim. I'm submitting a counterclaim. Pelike is submitting a counterclaim. So there's
probably some others.
Yeah, there's probably others. Legally, what YouTube says is if you submit a counterclaim, this is out of our hands now, and this is between you and the company. So I'm going out on a limb and say I'm calling their bluff essentially, and I'm saying this is bullshit. You know it's bullshit. You're abusing this system. I didn't break the law. You were making money off of me. That's what I'm saying to this company. And so I'm calling their bluff. Suko's calling their bluff. Pelike's calling their bluff. Because fair use is such a gray area in the law in United States, the U.S. Copyright Office has literally come out and said that copyright law is fucked up. They released a statement last year saying that. They were like...
IDFK.
They were like, hey guys, we're trying to fix it. Give us some time. They literally said that. Because it's such a gray area, this company could decide to sue me and completely destroy my entire career. Yeah. But in order for that to happen, they would have to send lawyers overseas and sue me, Suko, and Pelike.
But knock on your door.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem like that's kind of...
So the likelihood that this Japanese company is going to fight back against me calling their bluff and sue all three of us or more is very, very unlikely.
Right.
So what's probably going to happen is that my video will be back up in 5 days.
Right.
But
it shouldn't have happened to begin with.
But it shouldn't have happened to begin with. And if you look at my channel statistics, I lost in the day that they took down my video, I lost 300 subscribers per day of momentum, 30,000 views per day, or 30,000 views per per day of momentum because of that video. And now I have literally dozens of people who are commenting on my videos, not even mentioning the people who aren't commenting. Why did you delete the One Punch Man video? It's like nobody even knows what's going on. Anyway, so that was a really fucking long-winded explanation, so I apologize. But basically, YouTube is fucked up right now. Everybody is mad about it. Not just YouTube. YouTube is afraid of being liable. The copyright laws are really to blame here. But.
And there's like this is just one example of like some shit that's been going on lately that's really frustrating. For example, our friend Braxton Burks.
I was gonna get into the Braxton.
I mean, I'm just gonna like, and these are all just examples of like this fair use thing kind of being abused,
right,
and being taken advantage of in like ways that aren't really fair. So we had our friend, he had a channel called Pokemon Reorchestrated. I'm hoping he's trying to get it back up, but it was taken down in like a day because the Pokemon company said, hey, this is ours.
The Pokemon company also pretty much fudged the system by giving him the maximum number of copyright strikes. So not only can a company...
Which overrode YouTube's system, which says your channel will be taken down in 7 days because... he got 3 strikes and then like another strike, which immediately takes down the channel.
Yeah, so he didn't even have time to fight back. He was probably hardly even notified.
Right.
And like...
Well, I think it was... I don't know if it was his channel. I think it was just a video, but
his channel is gone. Pokemon Reorchestrated is gone.
After that whole like thing?
It is gone. It is not on YouTube anymore.
Well, okay, so
there's no warning. There's not even a contact email that they give you.
Just another, I'm going to rattle off a few here. Our friend Gabe Ocarina, he had an album taken down by Nintendo. It was licensed through Louder, same thing.
It was licensed, and he had that taken down?
And it was iTunes, and then like something on you. I don't know, I'm not sure. You'd have to ask him.
That's fucked up.
And then, not to mention fucking Team 4-Star.
Well, this is all stuff that I was going to talk about how...
Sorry, I haven't released that much yet. That's why I was bringing it up.
Right, well, I mean... All I was gonna say, first of all, on your points, John, I was gonna bring up, being vice devil's advocate in this household is just one, the rando listening to the BoyFlop, they think like, oh well, hey, all you're doing is covering somebody else's songs. You're not making original music.
Right.
Like why isn't this what you expected?
Right. Well, typically, and you're right. Typically.
I'm not.
No.
That's like kind of...
I talked to, shout out, the video game attorney, Ryan. Yeah. I talked to him about this. He's a really, really great guy who has basically volunteered his services to the community to try and help fix this stuff.
He's a good guy.
I talked to him and he confirmed my suspicions that typically covers of songs are on the unfavorable side of the gray area of fair use.
Yep.
Typically, if you just cover a song... you're typically not covered by fair use. Now, this, the reason that I guess my defense is that,
well, fair use is a few bullet points of things that make you eligible for fair use. If you take a song, you literally just cover it. I'm thinking of maybe, even like I would consider, maybe a good example is like, so Alien Ant Farm did Smooth Criminal, right?
Yeah.
And like, it's pretty much like 1-to-1 from Michael Jackson's like, arrangement-wise. The instrumentation's different, but like that one would be kind of hard to explain because it's not very transformative.
But fair use doesn't apply to that because it's legally licensed.
Right.
So basically, here's how it works.
Well, I'm just using it kind of as an example.
Yeah.
Because I was going to give the counter example of that, like maybe something like All Along the Watchtower by Jimi Hendrix.
Sure.
Which is almost like, I think, like completely different. It's almost like taking the original idea and running with it.
I think like the ultimate idea in theory for this type of stuff to work is actually what happened to me with like my first video upload, where I did just a guitar playthrough, technically a cover, a guitar playthrough of a Between the Bear and Me song, using their backing track. And a lot of people will upload tracks where they're literally just singing over the thing. Then it's kind of like, okay, is this transformative? You're literally just singing over it. But what we're doing is completely doing something.
But the other thing is that the people that do that aren't uploading those to iTunes. I am uploading mine to iTunes, but the catch there is that I am legally, like, there is a U.S. law that says if you want to make a cover song, you don't even have to ask them to make the cover song, as long as if you sell it, you are paying them 9 cents every time you sell it.
Royalties.
That is US law. I didn't even have to ask this Japanese company, can I cover One Punch Man? All I have to do is send them a check for 9 cents times however many downloads I get. That is the law.
So
now,
I guess what I'm more asking is, like, I feel like for the general person, like, they don't really care about the laws and stuff. They care about the actual ethical side of that.
Well,
I'm
right.
I'm not like arguing against you.
No, but this is something interesting to talk about because I don't want to make covers. I make covers because the community forces me to make, or not forces, not forcing me, but like,
I think you like making covers.
I enjoy making covers, but I would not make covers if I had the choice. That's another fucking discussion entirely. But the point is, I started making covers because the music industry is such a fucking mess right now that's the only way that I can get exposure.
Yeah, sure.
So, like, the fact that the music industry shoves people like me into this corner, like, well, if you make original music, we're not going to fucking listen to your music because you don't have a fucking record label putting you on the top 10 iTunes charts. So I guess you have to make covers on YouTube. And then if you make covers on YouTube, you might get sued any day.
Right.
It's just like...
It's actually an interesting parallel to, like, what I think people who are trying to find jobs now is in that, like, you need to have, like, all of this, like, experience and like exposure before you can get an entry level job. It's the same thing now where, like,
it's a catch-22. It's
a catch-22 because the music industry is so saturated that, like, to be able to get a record deal, you have
to have exposure. But to have exposure, you need to get a record deal.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's fucked.
It's fun. But then the second thing that I would bring up, and that pretty much covers what I was saying. Like, I mean, this is artistic. We're not being unartistic by taking elements of other people's songs and running with them.
Here's the catch though. If you want to take my money. Like, if you want to take fucking half the profit off of my downloads, do it. If you want to take all of the profit off of the ads on my video, fucking do it. I don't care. And then I'm helping you. I'm giving you free money. I'm literally fucking making something that you are the only one profiting from. Well, relatively. It's like, hey, I'm gonna make something because I liked what you made so much, and I'll make a little money and you'll make a lot of money and a lot of exposure. Like, no one loses.
Right.
No one loses when I make the cover if they decide to do what the smart thing to do.
And you were saying that earlier, but I think
it's just stupid.
The second thing I think you can probably chime in a little bit too, Rich, is okay, what can people do about this? Because YouTube and what the first start, whatever the fuck the company is from Japan.
Oh, Lantis.
Whatever. Like
first act.
First act.
I wish that would be a fun discussion.
So, I mean, Rich, you've been watching kind of some of the, like, I Hate Everything, some of the grade videos about all the copyright bullshit going on, and they say pretty much just make a ruckus about it. Like,
and that's what they're trying to do. Like, they're saying that they're not, but it's particularly Grade A Under A, another YouTuber who's gotten really popular really fast, has pretty much said, hey, there's a lot of problems, not just with stuff like what you're facing, John, but also with stuff like actually other content creators, quote unquote, taking advantage of the same system and
breaking YouTube rules,
making stuff that isn't considered transformative enough. So reaction videos, freebooting, stuff like that. Literally just doing cheap, lazy re-uploads with little to no effort, so they can benefit from it.
Do you want to give the summary on reaction videos and/or freebooting? For those of you who don't know what that is.
Facebook is another story.
Well, like Facebook, but
it's technically happening.
I found a few people that have straight up just like re-uploaded my Undertale videos, and I'm like, what are you doing? And they're like, what is exposure?
The One Punch Man fan page re-uploaded my cover.
I saw that. It has like 300,000 views. They link you, which is good.
They link me because I fucking asked them to link me.
Yeah. Right. So, have you had anybody re-upload your video to YouTube?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh,
I've had that.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, so the fan page, YouTube fan page?
No, that was
okay.
different. But I've had people re-upload my videos and it only gets like 200.
And what do they always say? They're always just like, "Oh, it's for exposure. I'm exposing you." It's like,
and it's
fuck off.
like, dude, shut up. Okay, so essentially, like freebooting is generally more of a Facebook and other website thing. Reaction videos, which is another thing that kind of that ties into all this like fair use stuff, and another thing that is kind of a problem since this is the opposite where YouTube doesn't want to crack down on it. It seems like they drag their feet, and I guess we have to. Essentially, what it is like there's these things called reaction videos, and it doesn't apply to all of them, but there are some channels that literally make a living by taking videos that someone else has poured a lot of hard work into, and then recording, like just putting that video on a frame, and then having their face in the corner of them just watching it and literally going, huh. Or like maybe like snorting out their nose a little bit, like, huh. The entire video. So that begs the question, if you re-upload an entire 10-minute video to a reaction video on your channel and people watch it, who of those people that watched it are actually going to go watch the original video?
Right.
None of them,
because they've been exposed to it. You've literally just stolen their content and put your stupid fucking face on it. Yep. And that's why people don't really like reaction videos.
Which goes against the fourth principle of fair use, which is hindering the original copyright owner's ability to profit from his or her original work. Mm-hmm. You are preventing the original owner of the video from getting views and thus profit because people can just watch your video instead.
And this isn't like a nitty-gritty thing. Like this is like people like Markiplier or PewDiePie. A lot of really, really popular and powerful people have just been straight up said reaction videos, I don't like them, they're stupid.
Right.
Because you're essentially stealing and getting away with it.
My video with Lyle, Life is Brutal, that has a few reaction videos. And it's
God.
Yeah, it sucks because like, all right, straight up, I mean, I know you kind of glossed over this, but like for those of you listening, imagine you make a video, a full video, 3 minutes, right? Somebody re-uploads that entire video, puts it in a tiny screen in the bottom, and like makes a video of them reacting to them watching your video, but they play the whole video in that video. So they're essentially just stealing your video.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, now here's what I would defend. If there's a reaction video where not the entire video is shown.
Oh yeah, if it's just a clip.
H3.
And
H3 does that. Actually, the Fine Bros, even though they had like big gaff, they actually do that, and they ask for permission.
Yeah. Even though the Fine Brothers were very shitty for
They're
what
shitty
they did,
in a different way.
They are legal.
Yeah.
Everything that they do on their channel with reaction. So here's what you do, like,
and arguably transformative.
Yeah. So instead of I'm gonna watch the entire Star Wars trailer and say a couple times.
Right.
It's I'm gonna show the twist of the Star Wars trailer and show me freaking out to
like
just
the important
that.
point.
Yeah.
And that's transformative because now they still have to go and see the whole trailer.
And they get your reaction.
And they get to see you actually going, holy fuck, and freaking out.
Right.
But these reaction channels aren't doing that. They're just sitting in silence watching the videos.
With ads playing on these 10 or 11 minute videos that they had nothing to do with.
They're
On
making
top
money
of all
off
of
of it.
this, so, I mean, to put the whole re-uploading thing also into summary, basically, with music and stuff, the problem with social media right now is that YouTube gives companies and people too many ways to easily take down videos that are legal, and Facebook doesn't give them any way of taking down videos that are illegal. So, and
they do with heavy air
and there's
quotes,
nuances to that. For example, if somebody steals one of my videos, YouTube doesn't really give me an accessible way to defend that. But anyway,
I actually would argue that against that, in that I've had a few situations where people have re-uploaded my videos or did something where maybe they used a song I did and credited me as credited themselves and not me at all, which is shitty. And when I report that, usually they're really, really good about pretty much immediately destroying the channel, which scares me.
Right.
Because it's like automated.
Right.
It's automated, and so like that's the thing is like YouTube gives you the option, but it's not fair. Like I mean, yes, these people are stealing my stuff, but I would like a human being with judgment.
There's just it's almost like a thing that's like it's just too top heavy at this point.
Right.
Like there's not an like it'd be really difficult to have, and I acknowledge this. It'd be really difficult to have employees at Google and YouTube go through every single copyright claim and like look at it individually and like make judgment based on that.
Yeah.
Right.
And that also leads to other problems like what happened with channel you've been watching a lot recently, Jules, I Hate Everything.
Yep.
Where some malicious asshole...
If you're listening to this, I hate everything. I love you. I've watched all your videos. Okay.
You're okay, I guess. Some malicious person literally filed one of these copyright takedown things, got a video claimed, but didn't take it down. Just claim, like he put his own ads on it. This Merlin, it's like Merlin something.
Merlin, whatever.
Essentially, what he's doing is he's monetizing this video that he had nothing to do with and reaping the rewards from it getting views.
Yeah, he's
so he literally did nothing.
He pressed a button, said "This is mine," tee and made it
then
so
gets
that
ad revenue based off of it.
YouTube's system is so fucked up that any individual in the world can claim to be a company that owns any video on YouTube and profit from that video for an indefinite amount of time until that YouTuber can muster the resources to fight back, and they don't get that money back.
Yeah,
that individual gets to keep it.
And there's a grace period pretty much where you can file a claim, and if the person who filed the claim doesn't do anything about it, they can sit
and they
on
have
that.
a month to respond.
They can sit on that where they're still making money for that month.
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
Yeah, just like how I have to sit here for 10 days unable to upload videos as unlisted, unable to direct people to my iTunes links from my videos, unable to have my videos on the internet.
Yeah.
I have to sit here for 10 days waiting for YouTube to realize that this company has been called on their bluff.
It's essentially like all of this stuff that we've kind of been talking about is the product of copyright laws being fucked and YouTube system inherently being fucked.
Yeah. Sky Williams, who's another YouTuber, did make a controversial but made some good points in one of his videos where he pointed out that really the true enemy here is A, the companies abusing the system, and B, the copyright laws that have made YouTube so scared that they created such an abusable system.
Yeah.
So in a perfect world, copyright law would be defined so that fair use would be more or less set in stone, so that a company couldn't just say that something isn't fair use, because technically right now in US law, and this is interesting, I learned this from the video game attorney, something isn't fair use until a judge says it is.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Yeah. So
that's messed up.
So it's kind of
But at the same time you don't have to ask permission for uploading a cover of a song.
That's because if you aren't asking for permission and profiting, you are paying royalties.
So it's assumed.
If you don't pay royalties, then you owe them and they can sue you.
Right.
And that's so. But it's kind of like two different things, because you're telling me that it isn't deemed fair use until a judge explicitly says, okay, this is fine.
Until a judge defends it in court, yeah. But what I mean,
it's fucking confusing.
Right. Well,
this is all really confusing.
What I mean with the permission thing is that you don't need permission to get a license to pay them money to make a cover of their song.
Yeah.
Which works because it means that a company can't say, oh, we don't like Prince, so we're not going to let Prince do a cover of our song, but we are going to let Michael Jackson do a cover of our song. So it's set in stone. It's fair because the original copyright owner always will profit from their work, but also you can't use the original recording to profit from a song. So anyway, in a perfect world, fair use would be defined. So I could sue for damages if the law said that my cover was fair use ahead of time. And in a perfect world, America would be educated enough to have a lot of lawyers, and those lawyers would be so saturated that YouTube could pay a bunch of people to watch every video that gets a copyright claim. And because the law would be set in stone, this company would have to give me money and damages for the time and money that I lost because of their fraudulent claim. So this company would get punished because the law would be set in stone. Everybody would get to actually talk to a human fucking being after these fraudulent claims, but that's in a perfect world. Yeah. So right now,
the current case is that all the negative aspects fall on John, and he can't really do much about it.
Yep. Because I'm not a multi-million-dollar Japanese publishing company, and I am not in a place where I can actually use my artistic skills to make my own music and profit from it. Yippee! Yay. Anyway, so now that we've gone down that road...
I mean, yeah, it's, you know...
And that's not even talking about the YouTube algorithm that's fucking over Nate and Rich and a couple other people right now.
What the fuck's going on there? That's
that was something that happened, today?
Yeah.
Very recently.
Anyways, I was going to bring up the fact that, so we talked about Braxton already, and we talked about Gabe, and... What blows my mind is there are channels on YouTube like Gilva Sunner, who, I mean, pretty much if you like video game music, there's no way that you haven't come across a video by Gilva Sunner.
I haven't.
Which all he does is upload original video game soundtracks. Yeah, you've probably seen his videos. So, and by his videos, I mean he just re-uploads game soundtracks.
Yeah.
Pretty much without fail, you can find any game soundtrack pretty much uploaded by this guy.
Yep.
Why does he fucking exist, yet people like Braxton, Gabe Ocarina are getting all their shit fucked? Like, literally a robot, right? We're talking about robots making claims on stuff. How could they not see the actual audio waveform, which is, I'm assuming that's how they're figuring this out, see the exact fucking thing... And not maybe he is getting videos taken down, but it's just why does his channel exist?
Well, and that's
he had I don't get it either, because he has a bunch of first party Nintendo title soundtracks just uploaded in high quality on YouTube, and they've been sitting there for years.
There is also an automatic system in YouTube that might explain it, where basically if he uploads that song onto YouTube, Nintendo will automatically monetize the video, and
I mean, but you can see that. I mean,
right.
You've seen that,
but. Well, I have seen... Here's what I've seen. I don't know if this is still a thing that happens or not, but I used to see videos where they would upload somebody's song, just the song, and that video would get claimed by the original copyright holder, so they would make ad revenue, and then a fucking forced link would show up at the top of the description that would say, buy the song on iTunes and link it.
Yeah. That's what I mean.
That is something that used to happen. So I guess the companies are just letting somebody else be a Vivo page for them, but that's still fucked up.
It's just like what kills me is that there's literal like
I don't know if
Gilva Sunner's. I mean, he better not be fucking partnered. He better not be making money off that shit. All right, good. Well,
no. And furthermore, he seems kind of like a good guy.
Yeah, he seems like a good guy. I mean, he's actually. I think he should. No, wait. I'm thinking. There's another guy that does that stuff, and he actually showed up in one of my streams after uploading like my entire soundtrack. And then there was this big fucking. Danny and I had a really long conversation about like after Necrodancer came out. Because what happened to Danny, I didn't tell you guys about this, was that you know how Crypt and the Necrodancer, blah, 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 it's an indie game, it's really cool, I did the metal soundtrack, it's on Steam. Okay, Necrodancer has been time and time again called the early access game that actually fucking worked. Like that actually made a case for early access, because what they did was they made an early access game and it was fucking awesome. Like right out of early access, it was so fucking good. The music was great, everything was great.
Yeah.
A guy uploaded the soundtrack from the early access game.
Yeah.
Now, skip ahead a year later, the game has a full release.
Yeah.
And then Danny himself uploads the soundtrack on his channel. Yet this guy who uploaded the old versions only comes up on the first page. Nothing from Danny.
Yep.
Only the old Necrodancer tracks show up. So it's just like, okay, one, because, I mean, Danny doesn't make YouTube videos, so the algorithm is not in his favor.
Right.
Two, this guy who just uploads other people's soundtracks go up. And so, like, I mean, you know, so Danny, like, was saying, too, like, he's going to have, you know, a lot of thinking to do in the future about how he goes about uploading his music, because...
Yeah. Well, and if I may piggyback...
Yeah.
Two things... First thing, whatever the first guy that you mentioned was who has uploaded soundtracks, Gilva Sunner.
I guarantee you've seen him. His icon is a picture of Timmy's dad from Fairly Odd Parents.
I'm sure I've seen him.
Again, he seems like a cool dude.
Yeah, anyway,
but
really?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
If I may play devil's advocate, the reason people like him exist is because companies like Nintendo don't upload their soundtracks to iTunes and Spotify, and people want to hear them.
Right.
People want to appreciate the Pokemon soundtrack, but they can't buy it on iTunes.
Yeah.
So where's the next place that they go? YouTube.
Right. So like, I guess what I'm
then
saying
why
is,
does that same company take covers now?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying is that, like, yes, I'm totally for the soundtracks of these games being on YouTube.
I'm on your side
and
here.
I'm actually down for somebody who actually loves the soundtracks to be uploading it, and maybe that he can contribute to the community.
Sure.
But why the fuck is he getting away with it, and the people who are putting work into trying to
here's the double-edged sword. Here's the double-edged sword. The music the industry of music listeners right now is so absolutely centered around instant gratification right now that a song by Ariana Grande gets leaked, and so many people are desperate to hear it that the one person who managed to steal the leak uploads it on YouTube and gets hundreds of thousands of views. And Ariana Grande is forced to release the song early because of the leak.
Yeah.
And because even these cutthroat record and publishing companies know that if they don't upload the song immediately, they will either have to sue this anonymous YouTuber, or they'll risk losing a shit ton of views when the actual song comes out. This is fucked up.
You know what's funny about that?
It's to further on that, like, you're probably thinking to yourself, oh, well, why don't they just issue a takedown? If one person uploads it to YouTube and it's someone like Ariana Grande, it's already been downloaded 500 of it's going to get re-uploaded. You can't do anything about it.
Yeah, it is a double-edged sword. What's funny about that in particular is Lady Gaga actually a few years ago staged a leak based around Judas for that reason, to kind of say, like, and then was forced, air quotes, to upload it early, even though she planned it. I mean, she got tons of hype because every news station said, "Oh my God, Lady Gaga's song leaked." Right.
But the fucked up thing, and this is a fucking dead horse of an argument that lots of people who don't know anything about copyright law or about the music industry will share memes that say just this on Facebook. But we'll go to Starbucks and we'll pay $1 for a coffee, but we're not willing to pay $1 to own a song or a download of a song.
We live in a day and age where you can't download a coffee. Like, I mean,
it's just assumed that with, like, things on the internet, like media, like non-tangible media, that, like, it's there, so it's just mine.
Right.
I actually feel like we live in a day and age where it's becoming more apparent that people want to spend money. Like, I mean,
sometimes
after the whole like Napster blowout in the late 90s, and then all the
Patreon and stuff is a ray of hope, but the problem, like, and this
Danny was telling me too that, like, from what he's seen in the past maybe 5-10 years or whatever, is that people are more likely now these years to want to spend money.
Right, crowdfunding and Kickstarter.
Almost like a post.
Real quick,
thing.
do you guys remember? It was a few years ago. Louis C.K. released a comedy special.
Yeah,
and he pretty much came out. Yeah,
he put it out for free or something?
No, he said, pirate this if you want. I'm not going to pursue you, but if you actually want to fucking support me, it's $5.
Yeah,
it was like the highest selling comedy album of that year. Yeah, because he was just straight up like, "Hey, I made this, and just support me, please." Yeah, and wasn't being like waving the finger.
This is why crowdfunding is a thing, and this is, I mean, there's so many fucking double-edged swords here. It's more like a fucking mace or some shit. Yeah,
it's like that's why I keep trying to come back to the whole, like, what do we do to fix it?
Right,
and like, the problem is, I don't think.
That's a good question.
Yeah, we don't have the answer, but can we please be moving in a direction where we're solving some of these issues?
Hopefully the answer is... Sorry, we all want to talk about this. Yeah. Hopefully, we are moving towards a place in the music industry where everybody wants to support the artists that they love, so they do. But this calls into question, like, well, the economy's fucked right now, and if somebody has to choose between paying for food or paying for music, and they can get the music for free, they're never going to pay for the music, and all these other things.
You know what's really fucking interesting, too?
Yeah.
And this is kind of a personal thing. I mentioned that Louis C.K. thing, and it was kind of like a personal personal touch of him being like, yo, if you want to support me, then do it. I noticed pretty much that exact same fucking thing with determination, actually.
Yeah.
Because I would go on 4chan and see what people were saying about it.
Yeah.
And when people would ask for like torrent links and stuff like that, not only would they get shamed because I was straight up, because like I would just post in there, just be like, hey, that's mine. Buy it, I guess, if you can. And people would be like, I'm really sorry, man. I'll buy it when I can. Yeah. Type of thing. And it's just like when you put yourself out there, kind of, when you're just straight up like, if you want to support me, and people like, there's like torrents of this album, and you know, it's there. I'm not gonna hide it. There's torrents of this album on Pirate Bay, and people are like, support the artist if you can. Yeah. Because I'm not being like shady and weird about it. Like, I don't know. I think you're onto something when you say like, I think people generally want to support the artist that they like, but then what you were saying, John, is like sometimes they just can't. Right. Yeah. And if the option is available to download it, then you know.
But it's so fucked up that it takes us asking, hey, can you please support me, to get people to do that. And I know that's me asking a lot, but like it's like it never goes through people's heads initially that, hey, this guy probably spends hundreds of hours doing this and he probably needs money.
Again, we're dealing with this really new technology.
Yeah.
This internet thing where like, I mean, right off the bat, like over 10 years ago, you were able to just download albums. Yeah. That's always been there.
And sensationalism and all these other things.
Well, it's also that like we're also dealing with people who don't do this. People who don't understand like, oh, well, this is music. Like, get a real job. Yeah. You know what I mean? And like
and that's an entire other discussion.
Well, I know, and that
involves a lot of curse words.
Right, and it's just I don't know. Anyways, like I'm glad that we could talk about all this stuff because like I feel like it's this is our job, you know?
Like you come home from your day job and you complain about the management. That's essentially what we're doing right now. Right.
I mean, and
it's a fucking problem.
Our boss is being really shitty.
Yeah. Anyway.
Essentially, yeah. And you're just like, oh, that YouTube life is like, yeah, we still got to deal with the bullshit. I wish, do we have a union? Like,
no, we have multi-channel networks that take advantage of us almost as much as YouTube does.
Yeah.
Imagine
they can be nice.
Yeah.
Find a good one.
Yeah.
Well, anyways, I think everybody pretty much got everything that they wanted to off their chest.
Oh no, but that would take a very long time
for this.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's too much to talk about.
All I'm saying is that if my video doesn't fucking go back up in a couple of days, my career is going to be in a bad spot.
Yeah.
And I'll bring some resumes, or I'll bring some fucking job applications.
I'll go sell Queen. Drum sets at Guitar Center.
Oh my god.
No, seriously though, it's like
sell my body.
I don't think people realize how fucked up the system is, and
it's like I made a tweet the other day that was just like it's like I kind of intended to be foreboding, where it's like, yeah, I mean, we're putting out this stuff that you folks like. It could literally just go away overnight.
Yep.
Because things are really, really, really like in this uncertain place right now.
Yeah.
That's really scary for us, and then that also would mean that you don't get to hear shit that we do.
Yeah. One thing that I do hear kind of countering what we're talking about here is a lot of people are like, oh, well, these copyright things have been happening ever since YouTube started. The problem
doesn't make it right.
It's getting worse.
Well, not only is it getting worse, it took a huge dive when, I mean, my first top 10 medley I made was flagged immediately off of a keyword. Yeah. And when I disputed it, it was immediately rejected, and I didn't get any notification for it.
Yep.
So pretty much I was sitting there thinking like, ooh, I really hope that whoever's, behind the bot that clearly, flagged this is going to be like, oh, sorry, this is a cover or whatever. No,
they just monetized it, right?
Yep, they just monetized it. And I mean, that's not a bad thing, but like, I mean, now we're getting to the point where, like, I mean, before most people could just dispute a claim and it's just a bot and they're just like, oh, okay, whatever, you're fine. Now it suddenly out of nowhere at the beginning of 2016, it's now really fucking hard to have a voice as a musician on YouTube now, or any. I hate everything, grade or whatever. Like all these people,
just people who are suffering from this type of stuff. So that's why, if you're curious, why you keep hearing about this crap now from us and also from like all of your favorite content creators online, is because it's a problem and we're concerned and we can't really do much else other than talk about it.
Right. So if you can, talk about it. Like, talk about it on Twitter. Like,
tell your friends about how fucked up YouTube is. Because honestly, if you guys like YouTube videos, if you enjoy watching YouTube videos, this is going to hurt the entire community until it gets fixed.
Yeah.
So if you like going home and watching YouTube videos before you go to bed or whatever, before
chances
you
are,
jack
if you're
off,
listening to this podcast, you probably enjoy some of the stuff that we do.
Not to make it sound like I'm guilt tripping you into fucking telling everybody, but like this is jeopardizing everybody who makes the shit that you laugh and cry and bang your head to, you know,
or your girlfriend,
or your
Nice.
Anyways, let's just fucking wrap it up. John, what are you doing for the week?
Is that it? Have we talked about this?
There's a lot of crap.
Fuck.
Like I said,
was that really an hour?
Yeah.
Fuck. I feel bad. I feel like we fucking pooped on everybody's mood.
No. It's something
we needed to talk about it.
Yeah, it needed. This is honestly probably. This is gonna sound really fucking like pedantic or something, I guess, but this is probably the most important thing we've talked about on the show.
Right. Absolutely. Well, it's important to us, and I think that's what's important.
Yeah.
John, what are you doing?
Shut up.
Fuck, man. I'm back at it. I am finally.
Yeah!
I'm finally after fucking.
Yeah, I hear you screaming in the room.
I got sick. And then I got sick again, and then I went to MagFest, and then I got sick again, and I'm finally better. I can finally sing again. I just put out a video, which it's not one of my best, but it's a video.
It's a video.
I put out a video that I had been working on before I got sick. It's out. I'm about to start working on 3 or 4 new anime openings this month, 5 or 6 anime openings next month, 2 or 3 Disney covers this month at least, more next month. I don't know how much I can or want to say about all of that right now.
Well, it's
but
a full plate. It sounds like you got a lot of stuff that people
I had
expect.
basically being healthy again and having these YouTube strikes hit me has basically motivated and angered me, which is a very, very productive type of motivation.
Dude. Cool.
I'm angry and I want to fucking make... I want to kick my channel someplace better. That didn't make much sense.
You know what you should do? Just thinking off the cuff. You know how you made that original that was based around Fallout being buggy?
Yeah.
You could do
write a song about YouTube copyright?
About fair use and how fucked up it is.
I thought about doing that.
You should do that.
I thought about doing that. That
you just send it to
bro.
Yeah, send it to Grade A and folks, and they'll probably fucking love it.
Yeah.
Not to imply that you're taking advantage of a shitty situation.
No. I was actually when I was driving around the other day, I was actually thinking about doing just that, but that would take a lot of right now I need to get back on schedule.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I do that, then I'll start thinking about cutesy ideas like that. But anyway, more specifically, just so that I'm not just saying, hey, I'm working on stuff again. April, not March. March is going to be me just doing a lot of shit to catch up, but April is going to be every Attack on Titan song, every music from Game of Thrones and music inspired by Game of Thrones.
Cool.
And some epic memes for April Fool's Day. So get excited. Rich, what are you working on?
Okay, so I just put out a video today. It's actually the first time I've covered something by Grant Kirkhope.
Yeah.
I covered Nintendo Cradle from GoldenEye 007, and that was fun. I might do more of that just because that was actually really fun to arrange.
Do a whole GoldenEye soundtrack.
I've actually gotten a bunch of comments already. Every time I put out a cover, everyone's like, "Are you doing this for your next album?" I'm like, "This game is from 30 years ago. I'm not covering fucking Space Invaders."
Golden Termination.
Anyway, so I did that. I'm thinking about covering some Chrono Cross stuff.
Yeah.
Which I'm not a big fan of the game, but the music's great because it's Chrono music. There's some other games I'm thinking about covering. I'm keeping my eye out for hip new games with good soundtracks. Right now I'm playing Stardew Valley. It's cute, but the soundtrack isn't really anything that people could cling on to. I don't know.
What about Vulcan onto?
I knew you were going to fight. As soon as I said Klingon, I was like, fuck, someone's going to say it. Someone's going to be a cool guy.
I've been watching Star Trek.
Yeah,
I'm very proud of you.
You're a nerd.
I've always loved Star Trek.
Well,
Did you not know that about me?
No,
Fuck.
Yeah, I made it through the entirety of Next Generation. I watched 5 episodes a night for
My dad sat me down when I was like 11, and we watched A New Hope and Star Trek.
Nice.
It's good.
Star Trek's so good. Anyways.
Bad. That's my one word review.
Bad.
So doing that crap, I don't know, more stuff. I'm holding an ear to the ground on more things that I can cover that, I'm not expecting another Undertale. That's not going to happen, but something close.
It will eventually. It'll happen eventually.
Well, eventually, yeah. Once a decade, something like Cave Story Undertale happens. But
Five
until
Nights at
then,
Freddy's.
no. I probably won't be doing that.
Well, I mean, something like Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, there'll be something. Some other hype game. I don't know.
Have you considered covering Megalovania?
What's that?
Yeah. There's in the video from the MagFest set, there's one part where I literally just like I'm all happy-go-lucky family jewels, and then randomly you just hear me go, "Shut up!" like out into the audience for no reason. It's because somebody asked me when I was covering Megalovania from the audience.
No. Awesome.
It's funny because I just got like really angry for no reason.
I mean, when you guys were like drunkenly playing it at the jam space, when like as soon as our friend, well, yeah, I'm not gonna go into detail, but as soon as our friend Jackson started playing it on his accordion, I think I just stood up and shouted no at him. Yeah. I like pointed and I was like, "Stop! Stop that!
Yeah,
don't need that." Anyway, and then finally, I mentioned
he's a fucking good accordion.
Yeah, he's a good accordion. We'll leave it at Jackson's a badass. And then finally, as soon as I got back from MagFest, like on our last flop, we kind of talked about. I briefly mentioned like, "Oh, I was doing some crazy thing," but it turns out I can talk about it because the guy I worked with actually explicitly said it in a Reddit AMA. Cool. I contributed a little tiny guitar part to a track called Titus Nova for this game coming out called Into the Stars, which is kind of like a 3D faster than light.
No, who did the music?
Jack Wall.
Oh my God! Shit!
Yeah, Jack Wall, aka Black Ops 3 and Mass Effect 2 composer.
Missed fucking all the shit. He's
really cool guy.
Yeah, I didn't know that he did Mist. That's a big
deal. He's badass. And as it turns out, I was reading through the AMA, just briefly bring this up. Apparently there's like a theme in Doctor Who that is directly lifted from Suicide Mission, and like nobody's happy about it.
I mentioned that.
Like everyone
mentioned that. I saw that.
Yeah, everyone's like he's really salty about it, and like I was just like, it can't be that bad. I listened to it, I'm like, oh wow, this is like exactly. So I don't know.
It's interesting.
Copy paste. Yeah, detracting for. I don't know. Yeah, I'm doing crap and things.
I saw his comment. He was like, at first I thought it was a coincidence, but then like the orchestration is exactly the same.
It's the same.
Yeah.
It's literally, it's like 7/8 time. It's the same. Cool. And then other than that, I'm going to a bunch of cons this year. One of them being GDC. Jules, you can talk about that.
Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, I'll talk about the cons and stuff. That's pretty much what's making up my next year. You and me both are going just to a fuck ton of cons.
We're going to like at least one a month, I think.
Yeah. And
have fun.
Yeah. As far as cons, I mean, we're going to GDC in a week and a half.
Damn, that is coming up fast.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be an alone flop.
Actually, technically 2 weeks. 2 weeks from today, we're leaving.
I'll just record a BoyFlop by myself and talk about Disney.
Do it. Honestly, like I edit these and I do everything. Like if you guys want to fucking edit or do like a 2 flop, like please. I'm like,
it's fine.
Whatever. You took that, man.
Hey,
I remember saying, "Are you gonna edit these?" And you were like, yeah, I'll edit it. Don't worry about it.
You can edit one, John.
We're both nerds. Jules, what are you doing?
GDC, and then doing PAX East in April. May, what the fuck are we doing? We're doing Con Bravo? Maybe? Possibly Con Bravo. June's my birthday, but I think we're also doing too many games. Maybe.
Possibly.
It's. I don't want to announce. I'm gonna say I am interested in going to too many games. But I'm not
Paul.
convinced.
I know you're listening.
Yeah, Paul.
you
Paul.
lovely boy. You.
Then so that's June. July.
There's like 5 cons.
There's the SGC. I think also is in.
There's SGC, which is rolled in with RTX, which is like a few days before. There's a GDQ, which we've been wanting to go to. There's EVO, which I've been wanting to go to.
Oh yeah, EVO.
I guarantity there's something I'm forgetting. Right. Isn't it like when's the next PAX after that? Like October.
Actually, so then August would be the next PAX Prime, and that's the end of August into September, and then TwitchCon for September and October. And
then Portland Retro Gaming Expo, which I'm going to go to that because I didn't go last year. There's a lot of crap. I
might want to go with you. I've never been to Portland.
Everyone says Portland Retro Gaming Expo is the fucking shit, and by everyone I mean Ace and Boozy.
Nice. Well, that is everyone.
Yeah.
As far as things that I'm working on, I feel like we're all being kind of affected differently from. I'm not gonna say what it was, but if you went to MagFest, you saw that I unveiled something. I actually strategically cut it out of the MagFest what do you call it, fucking recording that they put on their page. But Jesus,
I really hope you just like took that part of footage and just like dubbed it, where you're just like do 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 do.
It's not even that big of a deal. Like I didn't even really announce what the new project is. You guys are gonna. I don't know if you guys were expecting it. So I'm really kind of hanging on to the hype.
Shut up.
But the first video that I plan on uploading, part of that project, has a very, very high chance of just being immediately taken down.
Oh,
So it could be this giant project that I'm hyping up and just have it flop immediately because BoyFlop immediately because of what's going on. So I'm actually, because of all this stuff happening,
that sucks dick.
I am worried. I'm worried about actually even finishing this project up because it might be better. It might be better for my time to do something different. And
You know what you should do? You should. I'm gonna try and suggest this without spoiling what it is at all. You should upload the video to Facebook. And then you should take like little clips of the video and just put like the title of the video over it, but like spell a couple things wrong in the title so it's not searchable by keywords. Just be like, go and watch it on Facebook.
Right.
Like, support me on fucking Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be like... No, wouldn't it be... Okay, so everyone's like keeps talking about like this doom and gloom version of YouTube that keeps like getting worse and worse and worse, right? And Facebook is about to roll out their advertising platform for videos. What if Facebook is the new YouTube? No! Guys, this is what I mean. We don't have any job security, and this is scary. Please prevent this from happening. No! We don't want to work for Zuckerberg.
I'm gonna go play some Smash Bros and ignore my problems.
I'm so scared.
Yeah, we really don't want that.
Fuck you, Rich.
I'm Family Jewel 7X.
I'm angry.
I'm leaving.
And I'm scared. Bye.